I've got a little surprise for you. You looked lonely, so I got you some company. Unfortunately, the innocents thought better of it and locked them up. You're gonna have to bust them up.
Oi, company. Welcome back to Let's Play Manhunt. We're here in... Wait, weren't we just in a mall? How the hell did we get here? Where is here? And where are all my guns? How did I get this knife? Did I miss something fun? This is the first time we've lost time without getting beaten and tossed in the back of a van. I don't really care for it. Is that our company? A lot of mysteries starting off this scene. Let's do something comfortable and familiar, like commit a gruesome murder.
Up on you!
That horrible buzz indicates the door he was guarding is now unlocked. That's just good news, as is this medieval weapon he was carrying.
Well, what do you think of your new friend? You look good together, Cash. Really, you do. I'll only open any gates if he's with you, alive and well. Now, get going. Entertain me.
So this is how he follows up murdering our entire family on film. By shackling us with a hobo who is unfazed by corpses littering the streets, but won't pick up a weapon to defend himself. Oh, and he's really slow to boot. Looks like we might have got off easy in our last pseudo-escort mission if this is the way things are going to be.
Hey, you better come back for me, buddy.
The one saving grace of our chatty little friend is his survival instinct to dodge into shadows anytime we leave him behind, which actually alleviates most of his drawbacks. Damn hard glass. That was dangerous.
This gringo. He's one fast bastardo.
So the white supremacists were told that we are Hispanic, but the Hispanic gang was told we're a white guy.
Watching me like a muchachita, scared of her papi.
Great, but speed it up a little.
Wow, an evisceration. This sickle really leaves guys hurting.
Buddy, anything you say.
Not bad enough for our bloodthirsty host, but certainly made me wince.
I told you, get that hobo safely to the gate, and I'll buzz you through.
The director is perpetually impatient. We're gonna want to leave the tramp as far back as we can.
No need to be so bossy. I was thinking of hanging around here anyway.
Because up ahead is a whole cluster of innocents. Certainly don't want to take them head on. But luckily, there's a path around near where they are.
Is that how you treat your pals? Leave them to rot?
It's sincerely his best bet to be left behind. I'm dreading dealing with all these guys myself.
There is something not right here.
Now, of course, we don't stand a chance just diving headlong. So we're gonna have to try and break him up.
Hey, cabrón, don't get too comfortable.
So we've already lost one from the group.
Throw up these chains of fear and welcome your deliverance. Soon he will realize there is nowhere left to hide.
No sé lo que estoy haciendo aquí.
Ah, and the shape of the environment has worked out very nicely. Not so nicely for him, though. Should be able to stack another corpse right there.
Hear your heart beating. Of your last breath.
Now, it's around here, though, that we will learn a certain AI quirk with some of the innocents. Some of them are very lethargic and will investigate very slowly unless they actually see someone.
La cabra negra will open her heart to you.
These are actually the ones you gotta watch out for, because when they do see something, they will track it tenaciously and very, very quickly. They are saving their energy.
It's us too easily.
But when they're not alerted, it really throws off your timing to have them wandering around so slowly. It also makes for easy executions. Let's check out a new one with the sickle. Well, goddamn. Speaking of wincing, yeah. Well, we can be sure they'd have just as soon done that to us as we did it to them. Just gonna have to make sure not to give them the chance.
Move it, Cash. I'm not keeping you alive to sulk in the dark.
Well, we're almost done here. Just one guy remains.
Do yourself a favor. Come out.
And get it over with!
He's actually the slowest of the bunch. Let's get a nice, quick execution off of him after that last one, though. Yeah, it's about the most realistic of the three we've seen. It's at this point that I noticed the tramp hasn't been in shadow at all this entire time.
Where are we going, my old pal?
Just had decent visual coverage. Which is good, although we could have maybe used him to set up an ambush, but that's a very risky maneuver. The tramp dies quick. Past another gate.
Park it here.
And let's leave our easily killed friend behind while we investigate.
Can't take another false alarm.
My stomach's kind of knocked.
Didn't seem like there were too many guys, but the sound cue proves otherwise. If you pay attention to this guy's voice as he draws nearer.
Okay, just keep breathing. Big deep breaths.
You'll find that he's voiced by James Urbaniak, who voices Dr. Jonas Venture on the Venture Brothers. It's almost a shame to spike him in the throat, but he's got a shiny new axe for us. We'll be hearing other cowardly, nasally innocents later on.
Hold them down. Deténlo.
I've already been spotted, but all the sooner we'll get to use this axe. This should be just the opportunity we need.
Hey, I got 3 left. Oh, shit.
That's my boy. Like a duck to water.
Yeah, I like the axe a lot better than the sickle.
Innocents, I found fresh meat for dinner.
Hopefully this guy will see that fresh body.
I think we found our little plaything. Zombie material.
Very nice. Just gotta position him right. Oi.
I can see your grinning bones from here.
You can use that to stun guys, but I've never found a use for that.
Hanging around. What's the time?
And that worked out very nicely for us. This area is in fact pretty reminiscent of one we saw back with the Hoods. In fact, that was the first place we learned how to use sound lures. And according to that sound lore, the way's clear. And that's kind of a nice church, actually. Not important, though. We gotta go back and get our tramp.
Shift your ass.
That should be everything we need to head into the subway tunnels and onward to progress. Although, if this is a 1-to-1 analog with Road to Ruin, which it reminds me of, then there might still be one guy underground waiting for us. Last thing we need is a whistling tramp, if that's the case. Just for safety's sake, let's scout ahead. Jump scare ambushes, just like the Hoods.
You know the deal, Cash. I open the door when I see your friend.
Don't make your daddy any... Oh, a party. What a surprise.
Hey, well...
And one of my favorite executions in the game has cleared the path. At long last.
Stay close. Make a sound and I'll kill you myself.
Okay, let's just stash this guy once again.
Bring back something to drink, would ya?
And see what lies ahead. Inside this dilapidated building, looks like we got another crowd. Well, let's go deal with it.
Coming over to take your eyes.
Now we got spotted, but he doesn't actually want to leave the safety and comfort of his numbers.
La cabra negra, watch over me.
They're actually sort of bounded to this area, this fenced-in part. They will leave it, but it takes some doing, and it's not really worth anything.
Cause I'm coming over your way.
There's the multiple AIs in action.
I don't fucking believe the legs on this cucaracha.
One guy's thirsty for our blood, the other two don't even care. Let's do something really stupid to make them care.
Hey, well... I'm gonna teach you a lesson in humility, Tico.
Yeah, we could use a lesson in humility after that, but instead, we're gonna keep doing stupid stuff while we climb this dangerous building. Now, like I said, some of them are extremely tenacious and will chase you as fast as they can. And on these precarious climbs, you can actually use that to your advantage to make them kill themselves. It's difficult, you're as likely to kill yourself along the way, but when it works out, it is a quick and easy kill, and I love it.
All this running. I am not a dog.
And it's even the odds. We are going up against one guy. I think we can handle that.
Hey, if you want to share the goodies, you better get over here, carnales. I'm coming over there to stick you. Pedazo de mierda. Okay, so you're not here. Hey,
And another head chop. Kind of out of necessity that time, he almost spotted me.
Whatever.
Yeah, the tramp's not too much of a burden, but he does sort of lend himself to a lot of backtracking. Which is never too good. Just glance at our handiwork while we're waiting for him. Tramp also has a hard time navigating this shattered building. Sometimes you can find a good way to lead him through, but usually you just gotta wait.
When I see your smelly friend, I'll open the door.
And we've made our way to the back of the church that we saw earlier, actually. Quite a change in scenery. Not quite sure what this side building is for. And it doesn't seem to have an entrance of any sort.
Okay, you two be careful now.
I'm starting to like this tramp. He sort of is out of the mood of the game, but, I don't know, kind of works. Oh, this guy jumped his cue for the ambush.
He has the speed of the windwalker. It is your final hour, amigo. You think you have escaped, but there's no way out of this place, my friend.
Yep, he served himself up pretty easily. Looked clear, but apparently there's someone wandering around. But I guess he's on a short leash. Yeah, he's not coming after us no matter what we do. Nope, someone over there. Maybe we can get him.
This is a silly game. We should all be playing something else.
Yeah, there's that guy. He's got a pretty strong advantage of position right there, so maybe we can fare better with the next guy.
Hanging around. What's the time?
He's looking for some action. Let's give it to him.
They're gathered all around you, guiding me with their stench.
Well, he is quite well armed. Let us not take any risks with this.
The voices, man, they're telling me you're here someplace. They can feel you. See?
As much as I like the axe, I'm not really feeling the level 3. But it's fine. 2 out of 3. Not too bad. Bringing our can with us. That thing's got a MVP on assists at the moment.
I'll be playing something else.
Hack 'em, slash 'em, blast 'em. You can do it all.
That's just what we needed to bring down Tarzan.
I'm not blind, Cash. Where's your hobo buddy?
Now it's back for the hobo. Forgot about that fence there.
Move it.
It is sort of a shame the way he drags the stage out. Might have been a bit better pace without him. It looks like this graveyard area is crawling with guys. I'm not even going to risk having the tramp in there. Just use him as a key and send him back to the shadows.
No need to be so bossy. I was thinking of hanging around here anyway.
Now to see what we got here. Or get spotted immediately. I don't know why he turned around there, but I've kinda brought a whole hellstorm down on my head.
I want to stick him.
It's no good. He's run off.
Looks like this last group are pretty into guns. Now let's do something really irresponsible.
Hurt the apple of the...
Spied you.
The only reason I'm still alive is video game shotgun logic. I'd like to think that guy spent his last few moments horrified by our survivability, though. The plus side of that stupidity is that we've pretty much made a safe spot for our tramp. Hopefully, at least. Let's see who's left. At least one guy up there. Gonna have to take this very carefully, because if Cash takes one more shot, this graveyard's gonna be an awfully appropriate place for him.
Cut him up! Hey, whoa!
Couldn't help but do it one more time as a send-off. Just to make sure. Okay, looks like the coast is clear.
When I see your smelly friend, I'll open the door.
Hopefully the last gate.
Anything for my new bestest buddy.
Bring our bestest buddy over there. And onward. To a nice open area. Just make sure it's safe. And I guess we're done. What a bizarre non sequitur of a scene. I'd say it's extremely well designed on its own merits. The way it introduces two new weapons, has all sorts of unique terrain, and introduces varied groupings of enemies with subtle AI quirks that add all kinds of new challenges to this reintroduction of stealth gameplay. It's just muddled by the fact that it lacks any connective tissue to the rest of the game, and introduces that tramp for the escort mission, who just appears out of nowhere and who we are never going to see again. So what place does the tramp even have in Manhunt? Well, the game's unlockable concept art actually answers that question. It speaks of a character called the Scarecrow, who used to lead his own gang of madmen, till he was disgraced, cast out, left to wander the streets of Carcer City as a drunken tramp, who we just met, actually. Apparently, if he was to recover his weaponry and costume from the Scarecrow days, he would resume that character, go on a killing spree. Concept art seems to imply that he might have been a potential boss character who was cut. It even has a Halloween variant for some reason, maybe a special thing you see if you play the game on Halloween. We'll never know, because they were cut from the game. And honestly, it's an idea that I wouldn't necessarily want to see in the game, but I think it's an awesome backstory for that tramp. It helps us understand why he was such quick friends with our murderous psychopath of a main character. It might also explain why they had him voiced by Mark Margolis, who later played Tio Salamanca on Breaking Bad. Now you know what his voice sounds like in English, but he was already an actor of some note back in 2003, thanks to roles in movies like Scarface. Although it does not appear that they had him record any lines as the Scarecrow, merely as the tramp, unless they discarded all of that recording, which would be unfortunate, but possible. I think it's just disturbing enough to forgive the inclusion of this surprisingly adorable character in an otherwise very dour game. Either way, he's off our back for good now. Next time we'll be moving on to something that hopefully will require a lot less explanation afterwards. See you then.